I am Moa,
I am Maja.
and we are the co-founders of Earth Mothers Rising.
We walk alongside women in their conception, pregnancy, birth, and motherhood journeys.
The how is ever changing because it is guided by the flow of our intuition.
The why is always the same. When women come together to heal, magic happens.
When women heal, we change the world.
Rise, Earth, Mothers rise, 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 Earth, Mothers rise, rise, rise.
Welcome to the Earth Mothers Rising podcast.
A space where the sacred birth workers Moa and Maja share about all things conscious conception, childbirth, pregnancy, and motherhood.
Always from a holistic perspective with a twist of magic. A warm welcome to Fincha Carter and
Thank
myself
you.
and Moa, of course, as well. Fincha is a dear soul sister of Moa and I, and she's a fellow doula. So we thought we wanted to invite her to talk about mother blessings to fill in the gap in the podcast world, because when I was looking for inspiration for a mother blessing that I was actually about to host for Fincha, I couldn't find any podcasts.
Thank you. Yeah, I had a beautiful mother blessing held by Maja. She came to my house and held the most wonderful ceremony ever. Yeah, it was just magical to be held in that way. It's something that we don't get to experience so often in the modern world that we're living in, to be held in such a
No.
vulnerable space. So
And
that meant a lot.
That was also the reason we wanted to do this, because we want to try to inspire other doulas, other women, other mothers to do this for their friends and for expectant mothers, because I truly believe that it's a way of honoring the mother and honoring the rite of passage that it is to become a mother. And if we start honoring mothers and loving mothers more, I truly believe that the world will change, because it all begins with birth and with the mother. And if we can strengthen and support them, then everything else will work out. So that's the reason we want to talk about this. And we wanted to have you on because you just experienced the mother blessing, and we wanted to hear from your perspective what it meant for you, and also like your perspective, a doula's perspective on the whole thing as well. Yeah, shoot, tell us whatever you feel like telling us.
I think like in modern society at the moment, it's baby showers. That's the most normal, expected way to celebrate the new chapter. But the baby shower is mostly focusing on the baby. And it's just not the same. They're two different worlds, to be celebrating in a more ceremony kind of way, and to be celebrating with focus on the mother and her emotional state of being. I think also many women think that that their friends need to do it for them. But with my mother blessing, I reached out to Maja myself and we planned my mother blessing together. So I invited my friends, and it wasn't this surprise thing. It was something that I arranged for
That's
myself.
so beautiful. Yeah.
And with
Because
Maja.
I think also, since this isn't really common practice in our part of the world, you may have to initiate it yourself and find someone who can make that happen, because our friends don't have those traditions with them. They don't have maybe that way of doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Beautiful. Well done.
So it has to start somewhere. And I think many women are longing for that kind of space to be held in, but they don't know where to start, and that it even exists, this kind of way to be celebrated before you go into motherhood. But yeah, so I reached out to Maja, and you and me, we planned a bit. And you came to my house and created a beautiful altar with flowers and crystals and candles. And I had invited my friends and my mother and important women to come and celebrate me.
That's just what I was going to say. You said first that you invited friends, but you actually invited your mother as well, which I thought was so beautiful that she was there. Like it literally gave me goosebumps. And also seeing her love and the bond that you two have, and like how touched she was by seeing you being honored and becoming a mother, like your mother witnessing you becoming a mother.
Yeah.
It was just so beautiful.
Yeah, I was crying before we even started the ceremony. So there was a lot of happy tears. But yeah, my mother was a part of my first birth. She was my doula.
That is also so powerful.
She's going to be with me this birth too. So she's, we're very close. And also my, my siblings were there, and my cousin, she's 13 now. So it felt nice that they also got to see a new way of celebrating becoming a mother. Maybe they'll bring that into their life when they if they walk into this chapter of life.
I can just like see the future becoming a better, brighter place for mothers. Like just inviting young women in on those spaces as well. How important is that? Wow.
Yeah, because something that I feel that we're missing a lot is like the rite of passages for women, also through menstruation and birth and menopause, that we don't have any ceremonies really to celebrate the different chapters of life.
No, that's really lacking. We're not celebrating the woman. And like, especially you mentioned, like when you get your first menstruation, that's something that's even connected to a lot of shame and should be hidden. Maybe it's changing, like it's not as prevalent, like the shame around it, as it was when I was a teenager, I think. But I think it's still not where it should be, actually a celebration.
Yeah, it's more like a
around
curse.
it.
And
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
And we started out with sitting around in a circle, and we sang a song that you had chosen, Maja, a really beautiful song that was about trust and being held. And everyone had their eyes closed, and I was just crying. Because it felt so nice to be held in that way. And something that came to me during the mother blessing was the feeling of it's so simple in a way to gather in that, like the gather in ceremony doesn't take much to gather a few women in a circle and to sing together. But what it did to me was really give me a feeling of not being alone. And even though
it really is that simple, it's all about providing someone with your presence. That's all you need to do. You just literally need to be there. You don't need to you don't need to perform. Just hold the woman.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I felt super held, and you held a meditation for us after we had sang the song. And that was also so beautiful to like ground down and just be present with each other. And we did a few different rituals. We had red candles that we lit, and all the women got red candles to bring home also, that we will light together when my birth starts. And that
so we have a little WhatsApp group now, so that whenever you go into labor, you will tell us, hopefully, if you still feel that feels right for you.
Yeah, and we also had a red thread ritual. And you also have one, Maja. I'm not sure if you're still there, but yeah. Where we all put red thread around our arms. Yeah. What we did was we had a red thread that we put around the circle, and all the women in the circle got to put it around their arm. And while we were all connected with the red thread, we they shared blessings to me, wishful wishes, and what they wanted me to bring with me into my birth space. And also we had, all the women had brought pearl, and that we made what's it called? Armband? Bracelet, yeah. And so I got a beautiful bracelet with all the different pearls that they had chosen intentionally, and also put their own intention into the pearl. So when I go into birth, I will both have my red thread around my arm as a reminder that I'm connected with all the women that support me. And also I have my bracelet with the different pearls that will remind me of their wishes and blessings. Yeah. It was a very special moment to just be in the focus of, just to be in focus in that way, and to get their blessings also from my mother and from other mothers. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm gonna bring with me into my birth space, the feeling that I had during the ceremony.
So beautiful. So beautiful. Would you want to describe like what that feeling was? What
Yeah.
does that feel like, having that kind of support?
Well, I felt like the usual feeling I have during like just going through my days is that you're kind of your own island and everyone's kind of their own islands. And even though we meet each other and we hang out and eat dinner and stuff together, it's kind of like we're all our own islands. But when we come together in ceremony, it just felt like we were all there as one, like one unit holding me. And the feeling was that I wasn't my own island anymore. I was connected to all the mothers and all the women that support me and that are around me. And yeah, that opened up for a feeling of safety. And I didn't know before that I had been carrying quite a lot of tension and worry around my birth and around becoming a mother for the second time. But during the ceremony, I felt so much tension, like letting go and releasing from my body that I wasn't even aware that I was holding. But I just felt so much more confident. Yeah, confident about birth and about my ability to, create new life.
I am so sorry. The only toy that my son wants is the microphone. That's why I'm muted, and I'm trying here to trick him with another one, but it doesn't do the trick. He knows which one. It's the real one,
He's super smart.
or just a very obnoxious Aries. Recording is really not going well for us today.
No, it's a lot of stuff
Technical
coming in our
mishaps.
way. And Maya's no.
Yeah, and now Mio is also on the computer. Oh, someone's really testing out my patience this morning. It is what it is. This is what it's like to be a mother.
This is mom life. Welcome.
This is what we want to showcase as well, the reality.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling now then, after the mother blessing, going into, well, you're already in motherhood because you're already a mother, but you're going to become a mother for the second time.
Yeah. Well, I have been having a lot of feelings of, first, I felt very grounded. A few weeks ago, I felt like super grounded, like I was, really feeling calm and like I was exactly where I was supposed to be. But the last few weeks, I'm in week 39 now of my pregnancy. The last few, 2 weeks or so, I've been feeling like I don't know who I am at the moment. I've been having a lot of just feelings of being between worlds, kind of. I'm forgetting stuff. I'm forgetting words, and I forgot like the code to get into my phone the other day. And also
Maybe that's a sign that you should turn off your phone. What do you think?
Yeah, probably. And also my card number I couldn't remember, so now I have my partner I gave all my card numbers and stuff to my partner, so I don't have to think about remembering stuff because my brain is definitely checking out. I was kind of nervous to sit and talk with you guys now because I wasn't sure if I would even remember how to make a sentence. Yeah.
Like, this is what it's like to be pregnant. If you allow yourself to really be in that bubble, you are in between two worlds. It's not weird that you feel like that. I think the problem is that most women are not aware of that. And then that's why they struggle, rather than accepting that they are between two worlds. And that's just what it is.
Yeah, because the hard part is trying to navigate as usual in the world and trying to be productive and get stuff done. I've kind of just now, this last few weeks or days, just had to, take a step back from everything and let other people ask for help more. And that has been very, I'm not used to asking for help so much, but it's, I've had to do that. Ask for help with my younger son and ask for help with making dinner. And so I can just kind of be in my body more and rest.
What would you say is the biggest difference between this pregnancy and last time around with the awareness that you have today?
I am feeling a bit more nervous this time because I know how transformative my first birth was for me and how much it changed me. So I have been a bit more nervous about going through that transition again, wondering who I will be on the other side, and also being a lot more kind to myself this time around, letting the emotions flow as they are and not like getting stuck in the logical part of things too much. Not trying to find reasons for why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, more just being in the emotions. And also, what I've been doing is I've been reaching out a lot more to women around me. I didn't have that the first time. I was really longing for more of a spiritual connection with other women, and I didn't know even where to start, so I was really missing that. And this time around, I've got a whole circle of women, and it feels so nice to have people hold me, and I feel so much more held this time. And it kind of feels like anything can happen because I'll be held
Wow.
anyways. So that's a good feeling. I felt so lonely the first time with all my feelings and thoughts and everything that I was going through. So it's
Do
very
you mean
different now.
in pregnancy or after birth or both that you felt lonely?
Yeah,
Mm.
all of the above.
Hmm. I can relate a lot to
Mm.
what you're saying.
Yeah, like even though I had people around me that was supporting, it was just a feeling of not even being able to put it into words what I was experiencing. So it was hard to
Mm.
get support.
But I think even if it does get hard this time too, just the acceptance of like allowing it to be hard is going to make it less hard. Maybe last time, and I think for many women, we have this expectation that we should be just going back to life as it was before. Everything is going to try to come back to some kind of normal situation when nothing is normal anymore. Nothing is the same anymore. There's a new life there, and you are a new person. Like, how are you ever going to come back to what life used to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're never gonna be the same.
Mm.
But also something that I forgot to say about this mother blessing ceremony was that we had I got to get massage from all the women, and that's something I haven't experienced before, being massaged of 10 women. So that was
Mm.
super beautiful.
I was
And
joking
also
while we were
my
massaging you. I remember, like, you hear about a forehand massage, but what about a 20
yeah,
hand massage?
that was amazing.
Mm.
Definitely recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also
And also
painted your
you
belly.
yeah, it was such like an intimate moment where we could just share our stories while you were painting my belly. Yeah, I was sitting as a queen in my chair and just feeling so held. And I wish all women would get to feel that feeling before any transition, really, or just in life in general.
Mm.
You've been to a couple of mother blessings before, haven't you?
Yeah, I've held two, and I've been to one for my friend also.
Yeah. Wow. Do you want to tell us about those? Like, just the experience as a space holder or the experience as a
Yeah.
participant, like from a different perspective, or maybe what it
Hmm.
did for those women?
One mother blessing that I held, I was there as a sound healer. So I was doing sound healing. And there, all the women got to lay down. And I had created a sound healing that was focused on the mother and on the mother's journey and her rite of passage. So that became a very beautiful ceremony where the sound healing kind of opened up for all the women to connect with the mother, and also for the mother to connect with her like feminine motherly wisdom. Something that felt so strongly during that sound healing was that we all the women in the room felt like we were connecting to her ancestors during the sound healing, and it kind of felt like we were inviting her ancestors into support her during her journey into motherhood. So that was very powerful.
Which is what you do with the mother blessing, really. I could feel that presence as well when I facilitated your mother blessing. Like,
Yeah.
there's just this huge presence in the room of all the women that walked before you, all the women
Mm.
that gave birth before you.
Yeah. And that's that's definitely like the feeling that has been reoccurring during the mother blessings that I've been to. It's like when you open up that space and you're present with each other, with the feminine and the motherly energy, you kind of open up also for, yeah, the ancestral energy to come in and support. That's there's so much wisdom there, I feel, that we kind of, yeah, that we kind of don't connect to just normally in the day-to-day life that often, or I don't. But now in the end of pregnancy, I'm definitely feeling that also, that energy slowing down and being in my body more. And something very beautiful that we did on one of the mother blessings was that we all wrote affirmations together for the mother. So
To
we had
bring into
little,
birth.
yeah, that she could hang up on her wall with affirmations from all the woman that was there. And yeah, that was super beautiful.
Do
And
you
I
want
was
to
also,
share a couple of your affirmations for birth,
yeah,
if that feels right for you? Because I know you've written your own as well, and you're an artist, so you've also made some images with them, right?
the birth affirmations that I've made, I've actually not written and drawn the pictures.
Ah,
It's Spirity Soul on Instagram.
okay.
But the affirmations is yeah, one of the ones that has been with me during this birth is pain is a portal, and I feel that one has been very strong for me this birth, because first birth I was kind of feeling that I need to work against the pain, or that like the goal was to not feel pain during labor. And this birth I want to go in with the feeling of that pain is just a part of birth. If that's what I'm going to experience, I want to be able to dive into the pain and to embrace it and feel supported even if there's pain. And I've also another affirmation is that all my feelings are allowed, and that I am held and supported whatever I go through, and that I can trust my body. Yeah,
I just
I
can't
can.
wait for you to go into birth, because now when you're speaking about it, I can feel how I'm going to be like, I don't know, part of the experience somehow. I feel like I'm going to feel your power, and that just feels powerful. Like,
That feels so nice to hear.
oh, I just can't wait for it. It's so exciting. Wow. I
Yeah,
pulled a card from
yeah.
one of my tarot decks just before we all popped onto this recording, and I felt like, wow, this was for you. And this is words that I want you to like take with you into labor as well. So I really want to read that out for you before we round off here today.
Yes, please.
So I pulled strength. I know, Fincha, you've got this deck of cards as well. So look at the
Yeah.
picture after we hang up here. It's picturing a woman sitting on top of a lion, just to provide some context for the listeners. And the guidance goes: gentle influence and strength, courage, fierce serenity, innocence, pure thoughts and actions, honest tranquility, gentle leadership, flexibility and strength in the face of uncertainty, purity, integrity. Prompt: the gentle courage of angels. And oh, what a curious sight we must be, she mused. This tiny thing perched on his head, leading the way with her breath. But they don't know you like I do, he continued, and all the strength you carry. He could feel a wave of brave tranquility radiate from within her, all that flexible defiance, all that softness, and yet somehow all the beasts, both wonderful and terrible, seem to take great pleasure in bowing before her. They yield to her quiet strength and fall reverent to her peaceful demeanor. For the power in her breath is calmness embodied. He looked up at her small toes, dangling down into the corners of his vision, and tilted his head back to lick them. She giggled and leaned down and wrapped her small arms around his neck and gently squeezed. It's true, she whispered, her love stopping him in his tracks. What a curious light we must be. Fierce serenity, a graceful nod, to the beast, to the fear, to the night, a rooted calm. She claims her power toward the wind, toward the world, toward her light.
Wow.
I just found that so powerful. This is like a conversation between the lion and the woman sitting on top of the lion, and I just made all these connections to you communicating to your baby in birth, your son.
Yeah, that's also how I connected the words. Wow, that was really beautiful. I got goosebumps when you were talking about connecting to the breath.
Yeah. And like also connecting to like the fear and the beast and the power and all that rawness that birth is. It's meant to be raw and powerful and painful, like you said.
Yeah, and I think you and me, Maja, we talked about that once. Like not trying to close out the pain or the discomfort, like trying to instead embracing. And that has been a big part of my pregnancy journey. And it's probably going to be a big part of my birth also.
Yeah, wow. Just embracing what is, not trying to push it away.
Exactly.
That's something that I can relate to a lot. Like you said, you had another idea in your first pregnancy, and I had the same idea in both my pregnancies going into birth, that I was listening to this podcast called Pain-Free Birth, and not to like talk bad about that, because there are women that will have pain-free births and that's for them. But I think I was consuming too much of that side or that part of birth. So I went into I was trying to prepare for a pain-free birth, or thought that maybe I could have a pain-free birth. But if you only have that mindset, anything else is going to feel like a failure or wrong or overwhelming. So I'm really with you there on like embracing the pain and just letting it be there and wanting to meet it with curiosity.
And if anything, like embracing what is might open up for a less painful birth. Who knows?
Yeah, that too. And that's just a bonus then. Like you're gonna have the experience that you're meant to.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any couple of last words that you wanna tell the listeners, tell Mua and I, or just send out into the world to the women listening and the men listening?
Yeah. Yeah, well, to anyone feeling lonely in their motherhood journey or in birth, their pregnancy, there is women that want to support you. Sometimes you just have to look for them and reach out to people and like connect in groups. And there is women to connect to, and it does do so much to come into community with other women during especially pregnancy. I think it can do so much for the experience.
Yeah, wow. And don't hesitate to reach out to us or to Fincha.
Yeah.
You find us on Instagram. You find Fincha on Instagram. You just changed your Instagram handle. It's in Swedish now, Modersportalen. But we're going to link it below in the podcast description. And you are a beautiful resource for women in pregnancy or in motherhood, or even women wanting to conceive. So please visit Fincha's please visit Fincha's Instagram and all her magic that she puts out there in the world. Thank you
for beautiful words and for having me.
When women come together to heal, magic happens. When women heal, we change the world. Rise, earth, mother's word.